a lot of different things that we can do with generative AI. And some of my favorite things are not actually getting tasks done, though I do use it for plenty of tasks, but I'm using it for problem solving. I'm trying to solve some problem. Now, it can be as simple as my office is a mess, help me clean it.
Does it tell you how to clean it?
It can help you create a full-blown like action
Plan?
plan to get your office clean. But you can have it ask you questions to help clarify the problem.
Hmm.
Because me telling you that my office is cluttered, that doesn't tell you, is it papers? Is it tchotchkes? Is it because I'm packing to move? Right? All of those different things are a lot of different reasons that your office could be cluttered.
Right.
And so the answer and the technique that we would use likely will change based on the reason for the clutter.
Welcome, everybody, back to Running Strong Mind Body Connection podcast, where we explore the mental and emotional strength it takes to truly step into our potential. Today, I'm joined with Susie, and I just met Susie. She happens to be my blind date for Potapalooza today. So, this is just super exciting. And what do we do on a blind date? Susie, welcome to my podcast.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I also don't know what I'm doing.
Right on. There's nothing like blind meat leading the blind, and how much fun can that be?
We both wear glasses, so we probably have some experience with that.
But I think you have purple in your hair.
I do.
And so I'm
I have
all
a few
about
different
purple. I
colors.
don't normally have this background. My background is these purple walls. So we've got a few
Ah,
things connecting
okay,
here, girl.
okay.
So come on, girl, tell me something about yourself. Share yourself with us.
So, my name is Suzy Coconato Kirch, and I am the AI guru of Profit Minds because that's what happens when your dad asks you what you want your job title to be. So, Profit Minds is my dad's business that he started when he retired. He tried retirement for like a day and then decided it was boring and so decided to start a business. And at Profit Minds, we help small to mid-sized businesses grow and scale, primarily through using AI. Though
Hmm.
AI is not all we do. It was actually about 2 years ago that I got a call from my dad, and he said, "Hey, do you want a job?" Because I already had experience in the AI world. I
Okay.
spent, when I was getting my master's in mathematics, I was working at a small startup for pocket change. I was like, my guy,
Oh, look at that.
apparently balloons. But I but I was just like, this is paying my rent in Boston. I don't know what you consider to be pocket change, but okay. I wasn't gonna complain. But I started working on the patent side of the research team, and so I have 2 patents in AI and 4 more pending. And so he pulled me in to bring in my expertise and knowledge about how it works because there's a lot of people who use it and have no idea what's happening.
Right.
And so that's where I come in is I help explain and help teach people how AI works and how to use it in a way that is ethical and responsible, but also still getting really great stuff out of it.
Fascinating. And AI is becoming such a huge thing. And I use it in my business. I have,
Curious, what kinds of things do you
I,
use AI for?
I have a chat GPT that I've built my business model. It knows
Mhm.
me, knows my voice. And then I use another tool, another AI tool, Marketer,
Okay.
through Amon, a guy. And so everybody talks about Claude, and it's like, I don't
Mhm.
know what, so, and then within chat, I've had other mentors give me their AI
Their
speech
GPT?
writing, all that stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, probably fall in your category.
Well, so you mentioned not knowing much about Claude. So Claude is another large language model like ChatGPT, but Claude was created by a company named Anthropic. And so It does have some differences between it and ChatGPT in terms of like mostly in terms of the data that it was trained on and the prompt that it uses. So, uh, every large language model is trained on some body of data. Usually, I like to describe it as the internet or at least Wikipedia, right? It has some general basic knowledge of the world, and really it's what words follow other words. It is built as a probability engine and it predicts the next word. So it looks at the words that it's already seen and then it goes, great, this is the most likely next word. That's the basics of how it works. But every
Fascinating.
large language model, whenever
Mhm.
interacting with one on a platform, there's the large language model itself hears you, but there's something in between. And that's, I like to talk about it as like a meta prompt, but it guides the interaction. So sometimes this is where they'll put in safeguards. So if anyone's ever run into like oh, well, we're not going to let you do something where it's been seen as, oh, this could be misused or something like that. They put in safeguards and guardrails, and sometimes it's language that they won't allow the language model to use, even if it's language that can be found on the internet. Or it's, right, so things like that. It's also where they will put in the kinds of memories that it's going to pull. So, right, ChatGPT has some knowledge of you, what you sound like, the things that you're working on. And so you have that memory. And this is where it also guides the language model, like pull that information in and stuff like that to help guide the responses. So that's a big place where the difference comes between these different models because a lot of them algorithmically are doing the same thing. It's built to predict the next word.
So how does this help me have a profitable business, or I guess profit minds? I'm assuming that has to do with
Mhm.
profitable businesses.
Right. Well, so there are a lot of different things that we can do with generative AI. And some of my favorite things are not actually getting tasks done, though I do use it for plenty of tasks, but I'm using it for problem solving. I'm trying to solve some problem. Now, it can be as simple as my office is a mess, help me clean it.
Does it tell you how to clean it?
It can help you create a full-blown, like, action
Plan?
plan to get your office clean. But you can have it ask you questions to help clarify the problem.
Hmm.
Because me telling you that my office is cluttered, that doesn't tell you, is it papers? Is it tchotchkes? Is it because I'm packing to move? Right? All of those different things are a lot of different reasons that your office could be cluttered.
Right.
And so the answer and the technique that we would use likely will change based on the reason for the clutter. Is it just you need to spend some time sitting down and sorting those papers? Do you need to do a like Marie Kondo's type, like, does this object give you joy? And if it doesn't, get rid of it, right? Like, there are a lot of different things, but we can have it help us solve our problems or at least come up with solutions, right? I don't sit and go, hey, Susie, how can you help me solve this? But I will say, hey, I'm trying to figure this out. This is where I'm stuck.
Okay.
And my AI will run with it.
So I have a question, and this can be ignorance too. AI is huge.
Yep.
AI is everywhere.
Yep.
Why should I keep changing AIs?
So there are pluses and minuses to changing AIs, right? Um, there are new models coming out all the time.
Right.
And each model, because of how it's been trained, that meta prompt that we were talking about, right? A number of different things will make it better at certain things than others. I like how Claude writes, and I like how Claude writes better than how ChatGPT writes. But ChatGPT is great for getting some just like, I'm trying to figure out this thing, and then I can pull it from ChatGPT and then I can stuff it into Claude and say, hey, Claude, help me, whether you're wanting it to craft or you're just wanting it. It's better at prose, I find,
Okay.
right? And some of them are better with data. And some of them are better at mathematics if you're trying to help your kid with their seventh grade math homework because you forgot how to do that thing because it was however many years ago and you haven't actually used your knowledge of triangles in however many years, right? There are any number of reasons to switch. I'll tell you that I primarily stick with I use one platform primarily, but on that platform, I have access to a ton of different language models. And so
So
I
explain to me
can
what a language model is. So
So,
explain to me the platform and the language models.
so the platform is basically where you're interacting.
So like chat,
That's the so the chat you go to chatgpt.com, right?
that's
That
the
is a
okay.
ChatGPT, say ChatGPT 5.2
Right.
is a large language model. So it's the actual model that you're interacting with.
Okay.
ChatGPT, the website, is the platform or the
Gotcha.
desktop application.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about when I talk about a platform. You
Okay.
can go to Gemini.com or whatever it is and interact with Gemini. I forget what the newest model is. I think it's like three, maybe 3 point something. And too many new models come out, and I cannot keep track of which number goes with which model. I'll tell you that much. But some platforms allow you to use different models. So, Perplexity, for example, you can use Perplexity's own model, but you can also interact with some of the others. Like, I'm pretty sure you have access to at least one ChatGPT model, and I'm pretty sure also at least one Claude model. Most of the time when I'm using Perplexity, I'm using it for web research, and I find that their model does a great job. So I stick with that.
So I have a question right there. So I think
Yeah.
I've gone into cloud and I
Mhm.
see on the list over here, I see chat, I see perplexity, I see three or four other platforms, I guess. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, so let me see if I can actually share my screen right now.
I don't know. Oh, hold on. Let
I
me
might be able to.
do this. Share settings, host tools for share, remove from toolbar. I don't think I can let you
Okay.
share.
Well,
I don't have the power.
that's okay. When you look at your, you said you use ChatGPT a lot.
I use chat and I use marketer and I I know I've paid for cloud, whoever that guy is. But I
Claude,
haven't
yes,
come into it very much to use it because then I couldn't find it again.
that's fair. Um, so in ChatGPT, you'll see a drop down at the top, and it will give you a list of different models that you can use, right? So usually these models have numbers following. When you're looking at Claude, it's around the text box where you're typing things in, and you have a drop down where you can choose to talk to Sonnet 4.6. I'm looking at it right now. That's how I know what number. Haiku 4.5. If you have a paid account, you can talk to Opus 4.6, right? There's models where you can talk to a few others.
Okay,
Um,
so I go to my chat. I have a chat GPT. I'm doing the arrow, so it gives me auto. And then it
yep,
has instant at 5.3. So actually, I'm
yep,
upgrade. Thinking at 5.4. I have legacy models 5.2 instant and 5.2 thinking.
yes.
I had no idea.
So those are different large language
Got
models.
it.
So they're getting updated and new releases all the time. These are tweaks to their knowledge base, some of their functionalities. They're making little tweaks that wind up making huge differences on the user side of things. I remember when ChatGPT 5.0 came out and it all of a sudden did not follow any of my long prompts. And I was like, wow, this is not useful. It was trying to be too helpful, and so it would ignore my instructions. And they very quickly realized that this was a problem because people were talking about it. And 5.1 came out very quickly thereafter and started solving that problem.
Nice.
So not all of my prompts broke. Because I have prompts that are like actual pages long that will go through an entire process,
Wow.
right? It's those kinds of things that, right, like it's just one of those things where sometimes it works with some platforms. And one of the other things is different platforms have different features, right? Some
Okay.
of them allow you to build your own custom workflow. So you can just click a button and jump right into the workflow instead of needing to figure out your own organizational system on how you're going to save all of your prompts so you can find them again.
I
Uh,
love that idea.
right? So there are certain things like you can do, but each platform does it a little differently, right? And so it's about finding the process that works for you. And
Sure.
the process that works for you may or may not be the same as the process that works for me. I can tell you the kinds of tools that I really like and the platforms that I use and things like that. But because the angle that we're trying to work at is different, the work
Mm-hmm.
that we're doing is
Mm-hmm.
different, there is a lot of trial and error involved.
Sure.
But that's okay, right? I want people to play and explore and see what happens if I ask it to do this outlandish thing,
Sure.
right? It may work, it may not, but you don't know if you don't try.
That's true. And so, Susie, this has been like off top of the running strong mind body connection, but the people who are runners are also leaders and working people,
Mhm.
and everybody's using AI. And so, do you have something to share? And if you would email it to me, you should have my email if this went out. If not, you can email. I'll give you the email after we stop this, but I want to really thank you for sharing your knowledge and rocking my boat.
You're welcome. It has actually, this has been a joy. Thank you so much, Karen, for being my last minute blind date. This has been so much fun. Um,
So, you guys, if you ever have a blind date, be open to curiosity.
yeah.
Show up. I didn't leave the room or throw you out, so it was a good blind date.
But I do have a free gift for the listeners. They can go to AIisnothard.com,
Very
and I'll send
good.
this link
All
to you
right.
as well.
Please do.
Um, but it will, all they need to do is put in their email and
Right.
what generative AI model they use. So which platform specifically? So do you use Claude, ChatGPT, Copilot, right? There are a number of different ones. Other is also an option in case you use something else. And we will give you a custom workflow that will help you solve your biggest challenge. So remember,
Nice.
I was talking about how I will use it to solve my biggest challenge. Well, it does this by asking you about the problem, asking you some clarifying questions, and then it consults with experts,
Nice.
pulls in some experts, and will eventually get you to a an action plan that you'll actually want to follow. Now, it does require that you follow the action plan to solve the thing, but it gives you an action plan to solve your biggest challenge. And that can be you're trying to learn something new with running. you're trying to change your gait maybe, or you're trying to,
Don't replace me as a coach. You lose
I'm
that
not, there
connection.
is nothing that can replace the human
That's
connection.
very true. And that's super,
Nothing can
super
replace
true.
the human connection.
Susie,
But
say your link again, and then I
it's
need to.
AIisnothard.com.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
It has been an absolute pleasure, Karen. Thank you so much. This has been a joy.